All right, so let's talk now about accessibility. One thing that's necessary for accessibility is contrast. So if you've got people who are trying to use your website or application that have some difficulties in seeing, the basic rule is if you've got large text that is, let's define large as maybe 14 point bold or 18 point, then you want to have a contrast of at least 3 to 1. And then if you've got smaller text, you should have a contrast of at least 4.5 to 1. So here's some examples. This shows some blue on gray, which is 2.39 to 1. So it is less than 3 to 1. So no good, even in the bold case, because there's not enough separation or contrast between the blue and the gray. Here we have bumped up the contrast, and we can see that now this is good enough for the bold, which is large. And then here we bumped up the contrast even more, and this is good enough for both. So there's a nice website that allows you to do this checking. So it's the contrast checker. You can go ahead and just enter a foreground color and a background color. So I can see now if I've just got black on white, I've got a contrast ratio of 21 to 1. Now, what you sometimes see in some designs that are trying to look cool is, let's say, a dark gray on light gray. And you can see something like this fails for normal text. Let's just make it so we fail for both. So we can see here, both of these really can be unreadable for some of your users. And certainly it makes it harder to read for all of your users. This contrast ratio is a way of letting you know. Now, there are two different guidelines, the AA and the AAA. The guidelines I'm using right now are the AA. You can see that if we go ahead and increase the contrast, that the AAA guidelines require a contrast ratio of actually 7 to 1 and not just 4.5 to 1.